Mike, tonight sources describe the suspect as a radical Muslim who had jihadist materials on him at the time of his arrest. The victim is 56-year-old Scott Van Lanken of Loveland. This is where he would lose his life trying to help RTD passengers. Denver police have set up this memorial in his honor. The big question is, did the suspect target this security officer because he thought he was a cop?
This is a very sad situation where someone is simply doing their job and loses their life.
They work to keep riders on RTD safe, to help them along their journeys. It's exactly what RTD security officer Scott Van Lanken was doing last night, answering questions of two women when tragedy struck.
While they were talking with him, they saw a male approach the victim from behind. The male pointed a gun to the victim's neck, and then the witnesses heard a gunshot. The victim fell, and the suspect ran off.
The two witnesses say the suspect said something like, "Do what you were told," before pulling the trigger. Police would find the suspect, 37-year-old Joshua Cummings, just 20 minutes later, hiding on a nearby patio.
And we are investigating to determine if the loss of his life had anything to do with the fact that he was wearing a uniform.
That uniform looks similar to those worn by Denver police, officers who are taking this cold-blooded killing to heart.
It's really disheartening when anyone loses his life, especially when we have someone out there really providing safety to our community at large.
DPD's motorcycle unit signs a card and offers up prayers to the security officer. They and others, like Jessica Hannon, also leave flowers for a man who never returned home from work.
I live right there, and I see the RTD guards like every day. I say hi to them every day, and it's just unbelievable, really. It's just shock, pure shock.
The officer was just doing his normal duties, and we are all left with the question of why. They're human, they're good people, and nobody deserves this.
Van Lanken worked for 6 years for security company Allied Universal, which contracts with RTD. RTD says their security officers are now doubling up on patrol. And Denver police says it has also asked its officers to remain extra vigilant. Live along the 16th Street Mall, Tammy Vigil, Fox 31.
All right, Tammy. Fox 31 has been working our sources here in our newsroom, and Fox 31's Deborah Takahara has the latest on the suspect.
Well, Mike, here is what we know about the suspect, Joshua Cummings, right now. We know that he was from Texas. He was arrested back in 2010 for assault causing bodily injury in Austin. Our sources confirming Cummings describes himself as a radical Muslim. They say last night at the time of his arrest, his backpack contained jihadist materials inside. Now, last night's shooting was caught on surveillance video, and from that video, police were able to identify the suspect, who was later arrested near the 16th Street Mall. At the time of his arrest, he had a loaded 9mm handgun in his possession. The weapon had a live round in the chamber and 7 rounds in the magazine. The magazine had a 9-round capacity. According to witnesses on the scene, she says she saw the suspect point a gun to the victim's head and say, quote, "Do what you are told." Almost immediately, she heard a gunshot and saw the suspect take off on foot.